Hey guys, Bonehead here again, bringing you another Star Wars The Old Republic build. This one's for the Imperial agent, Operative, and so basically we're going to be focusing mainly on concealment, doing a lot of stealth dagger attacks and things like that to try and get as much damage down as possible, and then focusing as well on a bit of mobility, which has been the biggest weakness in the Concealment Operative compared to the Sith Assassin. Just not being able to get around the battlefield quick enough and things like that. So there's a few things that fix that up in here. So we'll stick with the concealment tree first and get started on it. First one, concealed attacks, increased crit chance of backstab and hidden strike. They're your go-to ability. From backstab will be your main ability through from stealth until you get hidden strike. That's not unlocked until way later in level anyway. So as you're leveling up, if you're trying to use the same build, you'll have to use backstab, and then after you can actually swap between the two as they're on cooldown and things like that, if you're going back invisible and coming back up for the attack again. Next thing to get on here is Imperial Brew. Now all 3 points into that. Increases the damage dealt by Corrosive Dart by 18% and Acid Blade. And Acid Blade is the top ability that we're going for on this tree, so anything that helps Acid Blade is going to be good. Next thing here you want to get is Infiltrator. Increase movement speed by 15% and stealth level. So that's part of the mobility thing of when you're invisible and everything, you're moving quicker. So that's always going to be a good thing to try and keep up with the enemy. Next thing you want to get is the Surgical Strikes. Increase damage dealt by Shiv, Overload Shot and Backstab. So it backstabs one of your invisible ones, and then Shiv is another really good knife ability. It has good damage and can be used out of stealth and everything, so a very good one. Next thing we want to pick up here, get a point on flanking, reduce energy cost of backstab, so obviously so you don't run out of energy, it's always good. Laceration you want to pick up, executes your tactical advantage, lacerating the target for a good amount of damage. And then you want to pick up Collateral Strikes, both points into that. This actually means that your laceration has a 50% chance of triggering an extra damage, so always good. Getting the extra damage down. Laceration being another one of the, along with Shiv and laceration. So after you jump out of stealth with a backstab or a hidden strike, then you want to start hitting them with all of these shivs and lacerations and things to try and get as much damage out as possible. Next thing you want to pick up on this level is Revitalizers. Stim Boost now additionally grants Revitalizers restoring health as well for 3 seconds. So Stim Boost, obviously if you're running out of energy, you hit Stim Boost on yourself and you'll regenerate energy, and now you'll regenerate health at the same time. Pick up Tactical Opportunity. Collateral Strike has a 100% chance to re-grant tactical advantage. So as you can see, Laceration uses your tactical advantage. Now you'll have a 50% chance that when the Collateral Strike's going off, it actually resets it ready for another one, so that's always good. Pin Down, you want to get both points in that. Sever Tendon immobilizes the target for 2 seconds. Now Sever Tendon is another one for your mobility. You want to keep that ready, so when you are fighting, if you're chasing them down, most of your abilities are 4 meter range. The Shiv, the backstab things, and laceration, etc. They're all 4 meter abilities, all the knife abilities. Some of them are like Sever Tendon's a 10 meter knife throw. So now it'll stun them for, immobilize them for 2 seconds, and then afterwards they'll stay slowed by 50%. So yeah, that's definitely something you want to pick up. And then you want to pick up Ghost. This is a very good one, especially for its ability out of stealth. When you're in stealth and you hit you hit sneak, it actually makes you almost completely undetectable. So good for when you're coming in close for that backstab ability or hidden strike. You can hit that sneak ability in stealth to make yourself undetectable completely. But now out of stealth, so if you're giving chase and the guy's running away, you can actually hit sneak, and it will actually increase your movement speed for 6 seconds. So, and it also gets reset as clicking screen no longer reduces healing. That's it. That's the other benefit of it, which is your cloaking screen, which is your go into stealth from combat. That actually, it stops you from being able to be healed, which now no longer has that. So yeah, Ghost is a very good ability for all those things. Then you want to pick up Waylay, increased damage delta backstab. That's an obvious one again. Culling. This is a good one to go with the revitalizers. So when you hit stim boost, it'll tick by 1 extra energy, and it increases the damage of laceration and collateral strike, and both of those are on 1 click. So it increases the damage of one of your main abilities after you've done your stealth hit, and then it makes you regenerate more. Increases the energy, so very good there. Advanced cloaking, you want to pick up both points in. Reduce the cooldown of cloak screen, which is your go invisible from combat, by 30 seconds, and reduces the cooldown of sneak, which as you know is your go faster ability out of stealth now, by 15 seconds. And activating cloaking screen increases movement speed by 50. So when you actually activate your cloaking screen, it's the same as hitting cloak and with a ghost just before it as well. So you're actually doing both those things in one hit, which is very good for getting away, or when you want to catch up. You finally have the cloaking screen comes off cooldown, you hit it again. So you go back into stealth, and then you actually run up and get another backstab off a lot easier by having that increased movement speed. Now you want to just get 3 points here, meticulous cut blades. Basically just crit damage increase for all your main things: backstab, sever tendon, hidden strike, acid blade. Very good for that. Jarring strike, both on that. Hidden strike now will knock the enemy on its face for 1.5 seconds. So with your concealed, as you've got backstab and hidden strike, if your hidden strike's off cooldown, you whack that on them from the stealth attack, and you'll actually knock them on their face, and you can get a few free hits in on them. And that unlocks acid blade. So acid blade is great. It's works with your backstab or your hidden strike. So as you're walking up in stealth towards them, you coat your blades in acid, adds a good amount of extra damage, increases the armor penetration on the enemy by 30%, and so it's very good. You can just throw it on. It's a 1.5 second cooldown on it too, so it'll always be ready when you need to coat your blades in acid and get the next backstab or hidden strike off on them. So as soon as your cloaking screen comes off cooldown, you can go back into stealth. Then you quickly throw an acid blade on, and then come up to them with a backstab or the hidden strike. And so now we've got a few points left. So there's a few things I go to here rather than picking up any of the extra things in this tree. I grab precision instruments, which just lowers the energy cost of your corrosive dart, debilitate, and sever tendon. Sever tendon obviously being the thing that will immobilize and then slow them by 50%. So if they're trying to run away, you can actually catch up to them. So now that costs less energy. And then over on the lethality side, I pick up lethality, which is your crit chance. Always good. Trying to get, especially when you've got things like meticulously kept blades, which increases your damage by these things for the crit on 30%. Having more crit chance is always good. Increase the damage of Shiv, which is your other blade ability that you don't need to be in stealth for. And then I just pick up Slip Away. So you can see here, reduce the cooldown of Debilitate by 15 seconds, increase movement speed by 30% after using it. So again, trying to get that mobility up. And Debilitate's brilliant. It's a 10-meter knife throw as well, same as the Severed Tendon. So all your high damage blade attacks are 4 meters, but all of the ones that slow the enemy down are 10 meters. So you can actually Debilitate's a great one. You get it right at the start, and yeah, throw a knife into them and stun them. You can see here now, as well as that, you can stun them and it increases your movement speed. It's good for getting away out of a fight that you know you're not going to win. It's very good for that because you team it up with the Sneak from Ghost, and you can actually throw that, stun the guys after you. You got 4 seconds of fast run speed, and then if you slow down and they're still catching you, you can throw up the Sneak and get increased movement speed again for 6 seconds more. So those two work well together. And you've got 1 point left, which you can really put anywhere you like. I'll usually just throw it onto our Clarity. It's just a general cooldown on your abilities. Our Clarity will make your abilities faster to cast. So there you go. The Operative Stealth Assassin type build that I use. Very good in PvP, good fun. Sneaking around invisible. It's the reason I like the Sith Assassin as well. And this one here, it's just got a good feel when you're playing it, and you're throwing all these throwing knives into the enemy, and you're seeing them all sticking out of the guy. It's pretty good fun to play. So tell me what you think. Feel free to comment, and if you like the videos, subscribe. Bonehead out.